So you've built a robot and you want it to head north, but how do you do that with an Arduino? That's a big question. And when you think about how a compass works reading the Earth's magnetic poles, or at least as close to north as it can possibly read the Earth's magnetic pole, that's a whole nother topic. How do you do that digitally is really the big question. Well, thankfully there's this little breakout board. It's an HMC5883L. It's quite a name for what is essentially a digital compass. There are many different kinds out there. I happen to like this one because it's a simple breakout board. It works with 3.3 volt or 5 volt logic. And just like many of the other sensors we've looked at, it works off of I2C communications. So we just need 4 wires to hook this up. And that's where we'll get started. So I'm going to put this on my breadboard and we'll use rows 1 through 6. I'm going to hook up the in, the voltage in, to 5 volt. I already know this is 5 volt compliant, but that is something you should definitely check anytime you're working on a project. The next one down is ground. That's simple enough. Then we have SDA, and SDA goes to pin 4 on an Uno, and SCL goes to pin 5. And that's all we should need to hook up to run this compass. But first, let's look at the code and double check everything. So load up Arduino, and I need to use a library because without a library, this would be very difficult to use. And if we just look HMC, there it is. Let's install that library. We'll quit, load up again. While we're doing that, we might as well plug it in. And we should have a nice little example now in our examples folder. There we go, magsensor. So let's take a look at that one and we'll just make sure that everything is good. Yep, I2C uses the wire, the sensor library, and there's the HMC5883 library. So those are all included. And it looks like basically just running through it, it's going to pull that sensor, get a whole bunch of information off of it. We have the void setup. And basically that's just checking if it's there. If it's not, there's an error message. It's really handy code there. And then here's the loop. So it reads the sensor and it's going to print out the magnetic vector values. Putting up so you can calculate the heading. So there's a little bit of calibration here. Let's see, we have this information here. So this is really interesting. So there is some error correction depending on your geographical location. You can look it up at magnetic-declination.com and get the specific declination of your area. I'm not going to do that right now. I think it's pretty straightforward to figure out. Right here it has 0.22. It says if you cannot find your declination, comment out these 2 lines and your compass will be slightly off. Why don't we go ahead and do that? Let's just comment them out. And I'm okay with that. I don't need high precision. It's going to be off a little bit. But the reality is if you're using a compass for just navigation, you're probably going to be unhappy. It's not that accurate. The reality is even the magnetic poles of the Earth are constantly changing. So if you're trying to use this up at the North Pole, you're going to have some issues. But it is a great reference. And this in combination with GPS or error checking with other navigation systems could be very beneficial. For my purpose, let's say I've got a robot running in my backyard. This is going to be good enough. So let's go ahead and upload this sketch and open up the serial monitor. And right now it's pointing, it's giving me my X, Y, Z values, and it's pointing at just generally 240 degrees. So if I were to turn this about like that, we're at 356, 360. Oh, 9 degrees, 8. So it's pretty pretty robust. I mean, I'm surprised at how accurate it seems to be. So if I have it right here, and I'm reading right now just about 1 degree, I should be able to rotate it all the way this way and read just about 180. And sure enough, 183.7. That's pretty darn good. So again, navigation around your yard, smaller distances, works great. Navigating with a UAV that's flying around up at the North Pole, probably not your best solution, but it certainly would give you a great reference point.